Working out hard every day to be the best I can. I shoot it to the right, shoot it to the left, hunker down low and reach high to the sky. I got my rhythm down pat, so they say. I'm looking like a winner in every way. So when I hear somebody say, what a horse, I know they're talking about me, of course. And I'm gonna be in that winner's circle someday. Yeah, I'm a prime example of a Tennessee walker, a high-stepping, fast-walking Tennessee talker. I'm gonna be in that winner's circle someday.
Welcome to What a Horse on this, the middle of January.
Yes.
February 1st is coming quick, and we're going to be doing quite a bit of talking today about the future of this industry and where we stand, and especially about a young lady who I can't believe that anybody would make a request to the USDA that was made by Julie Broadway. I find that hard that they would put a post out there and then put it on the internet for everybody to see, because in my personal opinion, all that's saying is we know we're guilty as all get out, but we just don't want to go through the inspection.
Yes.
Now, what do you think?
I believe you.
It's kind of silly.
It is.
But we will jump into this as soon as we come back from our sponsors. See, I did it for you.
That'll work.
Welcome to where the 5 to 9 more than makes up for the 9 to 5. To where you check your troubles, along with your coat. And days are made, even at 10 at night. Welcome to the best time you've ever had, since the last time you were here. To old friends, new experiences, and forgotten cares. Welcome to where life moves at the speed of you. Welcome to Sam's Town Tunica Hotel and Gambling Hall by Boyd. Welcome to where you want to be.
Instead of telling you about an affordable communication service that will save you money for a rainy day, I'm going to let one of my clients from Columbia Dental Group tell you all about Host My Services.
You're not losing any service, your phone calls, you don't drop any calls, have any issues at all. They have the app where if you have an off-site person, they just have the app on their phone, they can use it from there. Like, you should definitely get a quote, because even buying a whole new phone system is cheaper than what you're going to pay for with Verizon or AT&T or anybody else through them. And the quality is great.
Just the customer service.
Customer service, I talked to him.
There's two things to remember when checking out Host My Communication Services. Number one is free analysis of your current communication costs. Number two is there's no capital outlay for the equipment. Two great reasons to call 931-581-4411 today and start saving for that rainy day.
People in Tennessee are starting a movement.
Ouch. Thank you.
To clean up the litter on our roadways. Litter hurts our environment and endangers wildlife, and it affects our quality of life.
Here, grab me. Thank you.
Help keep our state litter-free.
Let's roll.
Visit NobodyTrashesTennessee.com and be a part of the solution to end littering.
Saving the best for last.
That's right. Nobody trashes Tennessee.
Folks, this is where you send money to help in the legal fund to combat the new proposed rulemaking that the USDA released here a couple weeks ago. This is tax-deductible donation as fast as a 501c3, and be sure to put legal fund on your memo line, as this guarantees that your money goes exactly where you want it to go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Jerry, you and I have talked about this a lot. We've talked about other breeds, and we've warned other breeds, but I don't know of any horse, any breed, that could pass the inspection process that the Tennessee walking horse is expected to pass.
You are exactly right. You know, it is all the different things that the Tennessee walking horse has to go through before they can participate in the ring. And he's the only breed that horse, when you bring him off the trailer, you got to go through an inspection to go through. Pretty much all the other breeds, when they come off the trailer, they going to go show their horse. But I mean, you just think about, Jerry, all the stuff that the Tennessee walking horse have to go through. From the palpation, from the hoof testing, you know, looking up under their tail, looking for a girt rub, and all that stuff. How many other breeds you think can pass that?
Well, it took one show, just one, to find out that the saddlebreds did not want any part of the inspection.
Yes.
Now, we've got some video showing saddlebreds being inspected. And we also got requests from different people about the inspection process. But this right here shows the saddlebreds being inspected.
And this is a saddlebred right here now. And I mean, he got the shoes on and everything else. And you see someone with the tail brace.
Right.
But I mean, but if a Tennessee walking horse moves like that,
he's going back to the barn.
He's going back to the barn.
And you're going to get a ticket from the USDA.
USDA.
Now, other breeds have said over and over again that they're compliant with the inspection process, that their horse is not abused, that their horse is 100%. And we proved that was wrong because for years, over 50 years, they deceived the USDA and the public. But what really gets me is this. This lady right here, Julie Broadway, she is the president of the American Horse Council, and they formally requested a delay in HPA violations. Now here is what they used. Postpone enforcement of the regulations except for the provisions banning devices on Tennessee walking horses and racking horses. These breeds, which historically have been subjected to soring, are the focal point of the regulation. The prohibited action devices, artificial extensions of toe, length of pads, wedges, lubricants on the limbs and feet of the walking horse, racking horse, with the exception for approved therapeutic uses. Now here's my deal on this. If your horse is so damn compliant, why do you want it postponed? I mean, we've been going through this for 50 years. You haven't gone through it yet.
Well, the thing of it is this. They only can tell that about Tennessee walking horses because, just like I said earlier, they are the only horses that are being inspected before they go in the show ring. Now, how you know if the other horses won't have the same problem if they have to go through inspection?
Well, we already found out that the saddlebreds would.
Yeah.
They'd have a major problem. And these other horses, they're looking at, they're going to say, whoa, wait. I'm going to tell you what she's asking. Would be the equivalent of me going to the police department and saying, look, from now on, I don't want y'all to look at any car out there for speeding except for the red ones.
That's right.
And that would be, in turn, you go to wherever and say, well, we've got proof that the red cars speed more than anybody.
You're right about that. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. But a lot of people don't realize stuff, and the public don't realize the stuff that Tennessee walking horses have to go through to show their horse. All they hear is the negative part of it.
Well, I've seen in the past, I've watched them turn down horses for unrealistic reasons. I've seen them turn them down and then pass them. However, when they come back up, and then I think it was 2010, the USDA decided, well, we turned them down and then they're bringing them back up. So evidently, we can't tell the difference. So from now on, we just won't let them show back.
Yes.
And that's the way they cover up their faults. But for this National Horse Council or whoever it is, and especially this lady, to come up and make a request like this, as though to say, hey, we are okay, but we just want to postpone this to see how these inspections are going to go. If you're so compliant and so just and so honest and so truthful with the public and the USDA, why do you need to wait? Why can't you jump right in there? And matter of fact, why can't you lead us? Why can't you be in front, taking your horses through and show us how compliant you are?
Well,
so
it's just like
what's wrong
on swabbing.
Yeah.
How many other horses gonna pass the swab?
That's right.
You know, you swab Tennessee walking horses or whatever. You can't put Corona. You can't put soap. You can't put all this other stuff. So I mean, the other horses, they get swabbed. They can't pass the.
Well, it's nothing but the pot calling the kettle black.
That's right.
And you guys, I'm gonna tell you, y'all have sat on your perch and lied to everybody. You did not show horses that you had found in non-compliance. You hid that from the public and you hid it from the USDA until it was brought out.
You see that stuff that you show on TV, they don't say Tennessee walking horse only use.
It don't.
That's for any breed of horse.
That's what amazes me. They want to say, we want y'all inspected, but we don't want to be inspected.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I don't want to have to go to a doctor when I get sick, but I need to.
You're right.
So I'd just get better. Or I would just rather me say, I'm fine and be fine. Well, y'all have lied, you've cheated, you've deceived people, and now that it comes time for you to face the obstacles that we have faced for over 50 years, you want to ask for to be postponed. But you want the exception made that the provisions banning the Tennessee walking horses still be in place.
Well, just like we say over and over and over, when you start off with one breed, it is going to keep going to the next one, the next one, and the next one. So what we need to do is just try to get it stopped before it even gets started.
Well, they've had the opportunity to join forces with us. They didn't want to. I guarantee you the USDA can put any honest, now y'all understand what I'm saying here, any honest, ethical inspection out there, Tennessee walking horse will pass it. How many of y'all can pass it? Because I can tell you, I'm not worried about my horse passing it. I know I lead it through myself. Jerry will tell you.
Yes.
I'm positive my horse will pass. How many of y'all are positive? That's the question. And that's what really bothers me, is that you're higher than mighty, you're always right, but yet you don't want to face the same situation that we face. Now, the saddlebreds, it's already been proven, there is no way that you can pass these inspections.
Well, I mean, them horses right there, they come straight off the trailer or in the stall and go straight in the show ring. They do not go through no kind of inspection.
Well, this is some video, that's some video from Richland video. They video them horses, and hey, I'm not saying all them horses are abused.
That's right.
But I'm saying they can't pass the inspection.
Yeah.
And they can't. So, I mean, we've already proven that. So, these new rules, February the 1st, that the USDA wants to put in force, is going to be, well, it's going to be very detrimental to a lot of charities. The collateral damage of what they're wanting to do is going to be awful. If you go, and we got video of different events that raise funds for people, for different charities, like the Alabama Coat Preview. You go down there, they have an auction, they bring coats in, and now this is the silent auction. Every year these people raise funds, all their funds, everything that they raise goes for one purpose, Camp Smile a Mile.
Yeah.
Now, when you hurt the walking horse, especially those in Alabama, you're hurting Camp Mile a Mile too.
Yep.
Because it's going to take funds away from them to where they can't do for the children what these people in Alabama enable them to do. And it's all because the Humane Society of the United States is leading the charge and telling you what they want you to hear. Then you got this American Horse Council that comes in here and they say, yeah, enforce them rules on the walking horse, but not us. So that makes them just as bad as the Humane Society in my book.
You know, the biggest thing of it is like this. For all your other breed of horses that's out there, if you live in a glass house, don't throw stones.
That's a fact.
Because it's no thing you can say is squeaky clean. Everybody ain't gonna have their faults or whatever. And you're gonna have bad people that's involved in stuff and good people that's involved in stuff. So don't, just because you're a saddlebred person, a quarter horse person, or a hunter jumper, or thoroughbred, you can't throw stones at another breed of horse. Because if you go digging in your program, you're gonna have a bad person, bad apple in that bunch.
Well, you're always, anytime you got competition, you're gonna have people
That's right.
that cheat. And this lady knows that. I mean, she knows. She can't tell me that she believes everybody in her industry or everybody in her group is 100% compliant. If she was that sure, she wouldn't want it postponed.
Oh yeah.
There's a reason.
You know, I don't want nobody thinking that I'm just all for walking horses and against any other breed of horse. I love horses.
I do too.
And I like a horse that does his job. If he does his job right, I love him. I don't care what kind of horse he is. You know, and I done fooled with and I rode all different kind of horses and all that. But now I just don't like people to point fingers at one type of a horse.
Well, years ago, Jerry, and I'm going to be honest, years ago back in the 60s, late 50s, 60s, there was a need for the Horse Protection Act, and I believe there's still a need for the Horse Protection Act.
You were exactly right.
But that horse has been dead and gone.
Yes.
I know for over 20 years, because for 20 some odd years we've done What a Horse, and I've watched them turn down horses that didn't have a blemish. I watched them turn down horses that never budged. I've seen them send text messages to the DQPs demanding they turn down a horse before it ever even come for inspection. Yes. So the USDA has got more faults than a cracked boat.
Yeah.
Just like this. Here's your text messages. Hey, better. If you don't, it'll be heck to pay. So there you go. It's just, I don't know. It's to me that everybody wants to point a finger at somebody else, and especially at the walking horse, but they do not want to go through the obstacles and inspections that the Tennessee walking horse does.
Yes.
Now, there's a reason for that. There is a reason. Right here's a horse show that we no longer have. But hey, the funds they raise is for one thing, Camp Mile a Mile. It's just, I can't understand why they want to destroy this breed and let every other breed just walk around like they've done nothing wrong when we haven't hid anything. I mean, for over 50 years, you've come in, you've inspected our horses, you've gone into the barn, you've done everything under the sun.
That's right.
But yet, the other breeds are wanting to postpone the inspection. For what reason? Got to be a reason. We're wanting them done away with and completely changed and be honest. This horse council is not asking for them to be honest. They're asking them to be targeted towards us.
That's right.
And let them ride.
Yeah.
And that to me shows nothing but guilt.
You're exactly right on that. You know.
In other words, they have just been stopped for a sobriety test, and they want them to check the next driver, not them, because they can't walk the line.
Well, tell on the next driver because they got something they hide in their vehicle and won't tell them so you get the.
But stop that guy coming here. He's loaded.
He's loaded.
But let me go because I ain't had but 30 drinks.
Yeah.
People just, they make it so obvious that they want to hide something, but they want everybody to believe them. This show right here is missed, but these people are they are determined. Let me put it like this. They turned around and they found them another place to hold this event.
Yeah.
Now it's in Huntsville, Alabama instead of Decatur, which I like because it's closer.
Yeah.
But I do miss that arena. Now I do.
Oh, I do. I miss that arena. That was a good show.
It was great for years and years. Yeah. And for years in the racking horse, you couldn't have elbow room in there. But now they have it at Huntsville at the A&M, and it's still just a great show. They still raise funds for Camp Smile a Mile.
This horse industry, I tell you, it's just good for family and all different kind of stuff. I mean, it's.
Well, what really bothers me, Jerry, is the collateral damage that it's going to do to different charities. Because we've got some fantastic charities,
yes,
and we're going to show some of them. But people need to realize that this horse supports a lot of different charities, a lot of industries, a lot of people. They make their living by doing this.
Oh, yeah.
They go and your charities raise money. The Lions Club, they're involved in horse shows, Kiwanis Club, all of these national charities that people know are involved in horse. They wouldn't be involved in there if they didn't know that people love these horses and took care of them.
That's right.
But they seem to me like the only people that does not care is the USDA and other breeds. So like this American Horse Council bunch, they don't mind pointing a finger, but hey, we don't want you inspecting our horse, inspect theirs. We want to stay hid. So and that's what we're facing every year. We face the same thing. This year they're wanting to take everything from us. My opinion, they need to redo the HPA and make it for every breed, not just for the walking horse breed, and judge every breed on their merit. I believe they will find out very promptly that the Tennessee walking horse is the best cared for horse in the equine industry.
You are right about
period.
that.
Bar none of them. And I do mean bar none of them. It's just right, American Cancer Society. Now, you take Bedford Cancer Association, they do a tremendous job over there.
Yeah, they do.
So, well, I'm going to let you do your job this time. I won't do it for you.
We'll be right back after these messages.
But I ain't paying you. How's that? Giles Dunn is a leader in both cultured and lab-grown diamonds. Located at 234 North Jackson Street in Tullahoma, Tennessee, Giles Dunn is well known for his beautifully designed jewelry. From that special diamond for your special wedding day to the one that says I love you more, Giles Dunn is the place to shop if you want to say it with diamonds. Open 5 days a week and always ready to assist you in that one-in-a-lifetime purchase. To set an appointment for cultured or lab-grown diamond viewing, call 931-563-7800.
Hey Tennessee, Ross Chastain here, the guy who likes to smash watermelons on the front stretch at Nashville Superspeedway. But you know what I never smash? Safety rules. Racing's all about control, and the same goes for life on the road. So use your melon and don't mix drinking and driving. It's like trying to race with a busted engine. Be a pit crew hero. And if you've had a few, pass the keys to a sober friend, because we're all racing toward a safer Tennessee, and we want you there at the finish line.
Folks, this is where you send money to help in the legal fund to combat the new proposed rulemaking that the USDA released here a couple weeks ago. This is tax-deductible donation as fast as a 501c3, and be sure to put legal fund on your memo line, as this guarantees that your money goes exactly where you want it to go.
All right, welcome back. We're going to be talking some more about this collateral damage and what it will do to different charities, which we just showed a lot of the charities. But there's several that are small charities that are here in Middle Tennessee, North Carolina, Alabama, Georgia, Kentucky, that they raise funds for multiple different reasons. One of them is in Shelbyville, and it's the Bedford Cancer Foundation. This is just some video from there, but every year, and I'm gonna give you an example. If you are in Bedford County, Tennessee, and you have cancer, if you need help making payments such as car payment, rent, groceries, if you need a ride to your doctor, if just anything you need, you can call these people and they will help you.
Yeah.
Now, every year they hold a horse show to raise funds for that. And that's all it's used for. It's just Connie Allen, who is with the celebration, Virginia Stewart, the different people, Mike Inman's wife. These people, they want to help others, and they use the walking horse to raise these funds. So the USDA wants to destroy this, and they can come up with any reason they want to, and the fact is they have no real reason.
You're exactly right.
No facts. All they've got is, well, we don't want you to have them because the Humane Society don't want you to have them. That's the only reason they got. It sure ain't because of horse abuse, I can tell you that.
No.
But our youth, I'm very proud of them. They get out there and they hustle. They love to ride.
Oh yeah. I mean, these kids enjoy these horses. I mean, the kids, the women, and all. You know, if you're involved in this horse, I mean, that's a big thing. That's all you think about.
Well, I look at it like this. There's a lot of people that show the Tennessee walking horse that could not do barrel racing.
Yes.
They could not do, well, a lot of them I don't think could ride a saddlebred. I don't think they could. But Tennessee walking horse is so easy to ride and so gentle that there's a Tennessee walking horse for every member of the family.
Yes.
So I believe we had from 100 to 4 they could ride a Tennessee walking horse. And I mean, that's being truthful. That's not exaggerating. That's not stretching the rubber band. I mean, hey, that's just the way it is.
And you know, the thing of it is the gait on this horse that anybody can ride. If you don't have a real good balance, you can get on a Tennessee walking horse and he got a good smooth enough gait and can move out and where you can ride him.
You're just fine as dandy, buddy.
That's right.
Fine and dandy, you can go on. No excitement, you just go. And them horses, they have a tendency, it's just like when we're at the barn and your grandkids want to feed them. If you ever noticed the way them horses react when a child is feeding
Oh
them,
yeah.
It's a little bit different than when we're feeding them. I mean, it's like they're being so careful with these kids. And you don't find that. You don't find a 90-year-old woman riding a saddlebred or doing barrel racing.
That's right.
But you will find one in the show ring.
Yep.
Now, you will find one showing the Tennessee walking horse. And there's one that we have 2 shows each year that support our defense. And one of them's the Fast Show. We have the Fast Spring Showcase, that it raises funds to support our legal action.
Yes.
And that's one that is a lot of people love to go to. There's a lot of horses. But through the years, and I'm going to say this, through the years, because of the Humane Society and the actions, unethical actions of the USDA, the attendance as far as viewers has fallen way off.
Yep.
While the talent of our horse has improved, but because of the publicity we get, which is negative, and even from the media, I don't see, the media does not do any positive posts or reports about the walking horse. They just don't. You can't get them to. It's got to be negative to create what the USDA wants.
That's
and
right.
The Humane Society wants. That horse right there, over 20 years old.
Yep. And still competing and showing.
Still competing.
Yeah.
Now, I will say they retired him. Bruce said his last show was at the Celebration this year, and he won. But he should have won. He's that great.
Oh, yeah.
But people just, I don't know what it is. They want to say how abusive we are to our horse, and they don't want to accept facts.
And you know, here again, every horse that you see on this show right here that's going in the ring, that's competing, went through an inspection.
Yeah. You know what really gets me though, Jerry, and this is a dig at Channel 5 News. They sent someone down to Jason Day. He came down to, or Jason Lamb, I'm sorry. He came down to video the inspections performed by the USDA. They kicked him out. They wouldn't let him video. That should have told Channel 5 right there.
That's right.
That the USDA was hiding something that they did not want people to see.
Yeah.
They did not want the other breeds to see. Which that just led me to the point that when I watch Channel 5 now, and I do watch the news because I like Leland.
Yeah.
And I like Leland because I believe he's about the only weatherman that really tries to tell it the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
So there we are, right here. Inspections here at the. We have to go through constantly.
During its inspection.
Channel 5 comes down.
Dr. Gibson
they
or
want
someone
the
with the
video.
USDA.
Okay, well,
let's go outside. That changed.
Y'all can't video. Take that horse out of here. See, they're escorting them out. They don't want. Now, the industry invited them in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, y'all come on in and video our inspection. But as soon as the government shows up, no, y'all got to leave. That should tell Channel 5 something, but Channel 5 sticks their head in the dirt. They don't want the facts.
Yeah.
They want negativity. You ain't going to find it with a walking horse. You ain't going to go find one of our horses' feet all tore up. You're not going to find that. If you do, that person's already been kicked out of the industry anyway. Another show that we have that raises funds is when we unite at the end of the year, and I love that show because it's in Tunica, is the United.
Yeah.
The United show is all of us coming together for one final show, and that's in Tunica, Mississippi. And I will say this, and Mississippi people support this horse.
Oh, yeah.
Now, when there's a show down there, they come. And as the show goes on, 3 days, them stands get fuller and fuller.
Yep.
And it gets to the point that you can't see around that rail because there are people standing all around the rail.
Uh-huh.
I tell you what, Jerry, I love this horse. I love the people in it. I know that we have some that we'd like to see get out of the industry. But as a whole, the youth, the adults, the owners, the trainers, a group of fine people.
Yeah.
And when I look and I listen to people when they start exaggerating on what's going on, it kind of upsets me.
Yeah.
But it was those thoughts that created What a Horse. So it just showing the truth doesn't seem to matter to a lot of people. That's what surprised me at Channel 5. They investigate, but they don't want to investigate the truth.
The truth, that's right.
You know what it's like? It's like when the USDA hired a retired FBI agent, Cecil Moses.
Uh-huh.
And Cecil told them what he found. Well, it wasn't what they wanted to hear, so they fired him. And he said all I did was tell them the truth.
Yeah.
But they didn't want to hear it. And the truth was, it wasn't the people, it wasn't the horses, it was their inspector.
Well, like they say, some people can't handle the truth.
Yeah. They can't handle it. They can't. They don't want to hear it.
That's right.
Is the main thing. They don't want to hear it. They want to be told what they want to be told. It's kind of like going to a doctor and he tells you something and you say, well, I'm going to go to another. And I believe in second opinion.
Yeah.
But when that second opinion becomes fourth, fifth, and sixth opinion,
yeah.
You kind of wonder the common denominator in there, and what's wrong is the patient.
Patient, that's right. I mean, I'd rather for somebody to tell me the truth, be straightforward with me, than beat around the bush.
Well, sometimes that's good, and sometimes it's bad. But USDA, they cover up their mistakes by changing the rules.
Rules, you're exactly right.
Now that you can go back through the history and see what they do to cover up their mistakes. They do not want anybody to know that they really don't know what they're doing.
I think it wasn't this past year, but the year before last, I think they had a different rule every night at the celebration.
Yep. Well, one
time they tell you can use this, next time they tell you can't use it, then you can use this and you can't do this. You know, and I mean, it just, I don't know.
Well, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, no showback rule now. But you have no showback rule because they can't find the same violation, or if you get a different DQP or a different BMO, I should say, that he can't find the same violations that the first guy found. And that was proven when they decided, well, we're going to show you we're right. We're going to give you a second opinion. Boy, that went over like a lead balloon.
You know, one of the biggest things that gets me too, like I say, these horses go through inspection before the government, the U.S. government checks them. That horse will come back out and they'll turn that horse down for some after they didn't pass them going in. You know, either he had a ring injury or something like that. You know.
Well, you can't have them anymore. You can't have a ring injury.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, but that horse didn't have that before he went in that ring.
Well, you can't have a broken action device either.
Yeah.
That's because that was done on purpose. But you can see them here. They're shaking their head. They can't agree on what they just found. So this ain't good. This ain't good. Well, we won't do that no more then. And Reimer, he's the one that's over it now.
Yeah.
Well, heck, nobody could agree with it. Reimer couldn't agree with nobody. So what I'm saying is they put the blind leading the blind, making up their own rules as they go, and they're wanting us to keep up with them.
Yeah, you're right.
One show that we did to raise funds was for horseplay. Now, for those of you who do not know what horseplay is, Horseplay is a therapeutic riding program for kids. So this is another example of what we did to raise funds for these children. But now that show's in question because taking the pads and action device from the walking horse is not going to do anything but jeopardize all the shows. It's just not, I don't care what anybody says, it's not right.
No.
They can say, well, we need this, we need that. It makes no difference. It's not right. They know it's not right. That's why they wouldn't let Reimer testify. I still believe they'll get him in front of a judge sooner or later, or in front of Congress. I'd rather him be in front of Congress because then all of them can listen to the BS replies that he gives, because I believe one or two things. If he goes in there and tells the truth, they're going to get him.
Yeah.
If he goes in there and lies, they're going to get him. And he knows that there's no way in and out on that deal.
Mm-hmm.
If he shows up, which eventually I believe he'll have to, and I believe it'll happen before February the 1st.
Yes.
At least I hope it does. I'd love to see him in there trying to answer the questions that I know he can't answer. Not truthfully. And be in good standing. That's one show that Manchester, I love the Manchester show.
Me too.
That's why I wanted to have this one over there.
Yep, I like the Manchester show. That's a nice little place.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, it's so many shows that we don't have no more because of the USDA running it.
Well, because of them and Humane Society of the United States, they've earned it. They've done everything they can to destroy us, and we keep fighting back because there's people that love this horse.
Yes.
And I believe if the USDA ever started applying honest and ethical inspections, that this industry would come back.
Yeah.
But as long as we have the inspection process that they're doing now, that's just whatever I want to do, I do.
Yeah.
Then we're going to, the only time we get an honest inspection is when they're not there.
Yeah.
And it makes them mad because we don't turn down the horses that they would turn down.
Yeah.
And mainly because I cannot, in all honesty, I don't think that I could ever be a VMO. I really don't. I've looked at some of the requirements for these HPIs, and we're going to go over that next week because that you have, they have statements in there about the Tennessee walking and racking horses, and then they turn around and from minimum inspections, they start referring to everything as horses.
Yeah.
They don't refer to Tennessee walking and racking horses anymore. They refer to horses, which is what the HPA is for. Horses.
Yeah.
White ones, black ones, brown ones, all of them.
That's right.
Racking, saddlebreds, Pasafinos, quarter horse, Friesians, all of them. They're all covered under the Horse Protection Act.
Yep.
But it just kills me. It really does. That some of the news outlets. I remember that lady in Knoxville one time come on. She said they actually put bolts in them horses' legs. I've often wondered if she knew how stupid that sounded.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just unreal that they will make statements like that and people are supposed to believe it. It's just unreal. Totally unreal.
Well, closed-minded people believe it, Jerry. You know.
Yeah. But I mean, Jerry, there's dumb, and then there's just stupid. but then you've got gullible.
Yeah.
Now, to me, it takes a mighty gullible person to believe for one instance that you can take and put a bolt in that horse's foot, or you can take and put acid on a horse, or some of the stuff that we've been accused of doing.
Yeah.
It's like they sit there and say, what is the worst thing I can think of? Yeah, let's accuse them of that. And that to me is where we're at.
Oh, yeah.
Just accuse them and don't worry about proving it.
Well, it's just like a lot of these places you go and they protesting at these shows. The majority of the people that's out there that's holding the signs that protesting don't know what they protesting for.
They protesting because they was paid. Now,
They're
Clancy
paid.
was
That's what I'm
always
saying.
had his out there, even kids. They didn't even know. You take them down there and show them a horse, they didn't know.
That's right.
They didn't know. It just, but I tell you what's the great part of doing a fundraising charity is when it's successful.
Yeah.
It's what you get to do afterwards.
Uh-huh.
And when we did horseplay, I took great pride in the fact that we started handing out checks.
Yeah.
And people, they just could not believe it. I had one, Great Strides, said that we gave them the largest check that they had ever received. And this was when we did the horseplay.
Yeah.
Then we started going to schools and giving for classes, different classes. And it just got better and better as it went on.
Yeah.
The people, they really, really were thankful. That's my daughter-in-law in the middle there. I told her she couldn't have that check herself. But this is what this is what it's about.
Yeah.
Raising funds for different people.
That's right.
And there's Marcy. Marcy would, as far as helping put on a show, Marcy Allison is, I would not even attempt to have a show if Marcy Allison wasn't involved.
Yeah, she's a good person at that.
She stays at it. She does not back up. She goes forward. And that's why I'm going to tell everybody, if you owe funds to any shows and you still owe them, get them paid, because those funds go to the charities. That's a big thing.
Yes.
You can do it this time.
Well, we'll be right back after these messages.
I might pay you. The Tennessee Walking Horse is rapidly becoming the horse of choice when selecting a great ride for the family. If you're looking for a smooth, easy ride on the trail that will take you through hills and streams, or an obstacle course competition, the versatility of the Tennessee Walking Horse will stand out by showing its willingness to learn and its smooth, easy, steady gait through the course. If it's a competitive show horse you're looking for, the Tennessee Walking Horse is the perfect family horse by young and old. Whether it's flat shot or padded performance classes for an amateur adult or youth, a walking horse is the horse of choice. The Tennessee Walking Horse is perfect for every equestrian division. Also, remember one simple truth.
If you ride one today, you'll own one tomorrow. That's a fact.
Folks, this is where you send money to help in the legal fund to combat the new proposed rulemaking that the USDA released here a couple weeks ago. This is tax-deductible donation as fast as a 501c3, and be sure to put legal fund on your memo line, as this guarantees that your money goes exactly where you want it to go.
More of What a Horse coming up.
You know, Jerry, one of the things that we've done in the past, which I would love to see more of course, you have to have shows to be able to support it, but we did equine education, which, talking to people, now the funds for this was raised by doing a show in Lynchburg, Tennessee, where we supported the common celebration, and then the money that was left over we used to do an equine education video. And this is where we brought kids in from school systems. And it started off with, I made a post on Facebook. And some people that within the industry said, well, I don't know whether this is ever going to work. But then we started getting requests from as far away as Kentucky wanting to bring kids down here. And then I got a message from a principal, said, well, how many kids can we bring? I said, as many as you want. And he said, well, how many classes? I said, as many as you want. And he said, Jerry, the whole school wants to come. I said, bring them on. And he did. We had over 2,000 kids come in that day, and we did the invocation, we did the prayer, and we did the national anthem. One of the most touching things that happened is Herbert Derrickson was going to do the national anthem, sing it, and his mic quit working. So all the kids, they sang it.
Uh-huh.
That meant more. I mean, it just.
And I think we need to have more of that. I think I'm hoping one day you have another one of these things right here. That.
Well, we need to. Celebration donated the arena that day. We had kids packed in there, and they really, really had a great time.
Yes.
I mean, they really did. They got involved in everything. The USDA contacted me and wanted to know if they could attend. And I said yes. And they said, no, we want to set a booth up. And I said, hey, that's fine. That'd be great.
Yeah.
So they inspected horses, but they also put a booth up. And during the day, more and more kids come in. They was all over the place.
Yes.
But they was watching. They were petting horses. David Williams was there. This was something that shows what this industry is truly about.
That's right.
And they find out that these horses, now that's a stallion. But they find out that, hey, these horses are just as gentle. And I'm going to tell everybody something. You want to see how an abused animal acts. You're not going to see one if you go to a walking horse barn. I've seen abused animals that are hostile. Not the Tennessee walking horse.
Yeah.
You walk up to just like your barn, Jerry. You walk up there and walk to the gate, one of them horses in, the first thing that horse does come over to the gate.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't go stand in the corner. Now, a young one may until he gets used to where he's at.
That's right.
But one that's been there a while, they're coming straight up to the door.
You're exactly right on that.
And here was the great part. I even had my grandson on a horse that day. Every one of those kids that showed up that wanted to got to ride a Tennessee walking horse.
Yeah.
Every one of them, over 2,000. Some of them, it was for the first time.
Yeah.
But I will say this industry, when I got this started, this industry came together to get it done. And they got it done. We even had old Wayne Hart out there.
Yeah.
But this is what makes the walking horse industry so elite.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the way they work together, the way they want to help, the way they get involved. And when you start something like this, I mean, it's just like dominoes, buddy. Now that was lined up, I believe, that they was getting lined up to where each one of them could ride a horse.
Yeah.
Debbie Eichler, I think she ended up with 2 horses out there, and they got rode, but big time they got rode. But we had performance horses.
Oh, this is good for the kids, and you know, like you say, a lot of these kids ain't never been that close to a horse, ain't never rode a horse, you know, or whatever. But they'll remember this for the rest of their life.
Yes, they will. They remember that. And what tickled me was we had some that came down from Kentucky that was just really shocked.
Yes.
The only thing I wish we'd have done is when they got there, we just let them come down and start milling with the horses.
Yeah.
Rather than, we could have stopped everything and said, we're going to do the pledge and the prayer. But we put them all in seats, took forever to get them in the seats. And then after that, we turned around and started letting them come down. We should have just, as they come in, because there was truckload, bus loads coming in from everywhere. So that was, if I had to change anything, that would be the one thing that I would change. And I tell you what, now the USDA right there.
Yeah.
That's Rebecca Nanny.
Uh-huh.
The kids had a ball over there. Now the USDA, I will say this, they did a fantastic job with this right here. Give credit where credit's due. And right there, that was beanbag throwing there. That was USDA was doing that. So you had them, everybody doing something, explaining the horse, explaining about the horses. So it was very educational.
Yeah.
But now that's equine services there. I think she was explaining how they treat the teeth.
Uh-huh.
And you know who that is.
That's Mac Deacle right there.
He explained the horseshoes and how they're made and everything. So it just, from start to finish, things like this, we need more of.
Oh, yeah.
But we also need honest and ethical inspections, and we need the USDA to leave our pads and action device alone.
We need this for the kids and the grown-ups.
That's it.
And invite everybody who wants to know and wants to come and have any kind of questions about this horse to come to one of them things, and they can see firsthand.
Question and answer.
That's right.
We've done from flat shot to performance. We've done it all to prove the pads and the action device do not harm our horse.
Yes.
The more we prove it, the more they get out of line and come up with other things. So I'm just saying this. Don't believe what you're told. Come and believe what you can actually see. Yeah. And I'll be glad to show you anytime a Tennessee walking horse.
Yes.
But we're looking now, we're waiting for February the 1st to see where we end up. And from there, we'll go on and do our things, I guess.
That'll work. That'll work.
Everybody have a good weekend.
Be safe.
See you next week.
Bye.
Working out hard every day to be the best I can. I shifted to the right, shifted to the left, hunker down low and reach high to the sky. Got my rhythm down pat, so they say. I'm looking like a winner in every way. So when I hear somebody say, what a horse, I know they're talking about me, of course. And I'm gonna be in that winner's circle someday. Yeah, I'm a prime example of a Tennessee walker, a high-stepping, fast-walking Tennessee talker. I'm gonna be in that winner's circle someday. Feet start talking.